The Senate begins Trump's impeachment trial tomorrow. His defense team is arguing that the charges brought against the former president are constitutionally flawed. The attorneys make the point that Trump cannot be tried after leaving office and that his words to his followers in the lead up to and the day of the insurrection at the Capitol are protected by the First Amendment. Leading constitutional scholar Lawrence Tribe says there is an inherent contradiction in Trump's position. He tweeted, "Trump is trying to have it both ways. He says he didn't really lose the election and so deserves to be treated as though he remains president. And he says because he's no longer president, the Senate can't convict and disqualify him. Which is it? Just asking for a friend." So let's ask a friend of Quick Take to join us and discuss the upcoming impeachment trial. Bloomberg's national political correspondent, Gregory Court. Gregory, Trump's attorneys filed their trial brief today. What did you learn about their defense and strategy?
Well, I don't know that there's anything new in the strategy here. It's been pretty much the strategy from the beginning, which is first, they're arguing that this is unconstitutional. You can't remove a former president from office because he's already been removed. They're also arguing that sort of First Amendment argument, and that factually the former president, when he was rallying his supporters on the ellipse of the White House on January 6th, when he said to go to the Capitol and fight, it wasn't meant to be taken literally. He was talking about a metaphorical fight and not a physical fight. And then the other thing about their defense that I think is going to be interesting to watch is this sort of whataboutism, which is this rhetorical strategy that we've gotten to know from the Trump years of deflecting everything back to the Democrats and trying to compare what President Trump did on January 6th to what Democrats did last summer during the protests over police use of force that we saw all around the country, the Black Lives Matter movement, which resulted in violence in some American cities. And so that I think is pretty much the unconstitutional free speech deflection. That's going to be the defense.
Now, the trial begins tomorrow at 1 p.m., and it'll start with a debate over whether this proceeding is even constitutional. I feel like this will be just another version of the test vote that the Republicans held last month, in which all but 5 Republicans voted to block the trial. How different will it be?
Yeah, I don't know that it is going to be much different. All Democrats really need is a majority vote to get past that hurdle, and it looks like they have that. But at the end of the day, all Republicans have to do is convince 34 senators that it's unconstitutional, and you don't even get to the merits of the case. And really, they're going to have 8 hours of debate about the constitutionality of it, but there's no new facts that can be brought to light. Yeah. This is an argument that could go back to the founding of the Republic. And so I would imagine most senators, if not all of them, would stick with their original votes on that issue.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.